Hello everyone and welcome to Disney Decades. I'm your host, Nick LoCicero. In Disney Decades, I'm going to read about an event that happened in Disney Parks history, and you have to guess what year that event occurred. But there's a twist. In front of you, you should have a board with the dates 1950 through 2020. This is called the Time Wheel. You also have a set of 7 game pieces called Time Windows. If you don't yet have your Time Wheel and Time Windows, please pause this video and visit www.nt.com/DisneyDecades to download the game for free. Now, each time window is large enough to cover a series of years from 1 to 7. If you're really sure about a date, use a smaller time window. If you aren't too sure, use one of your larger time windows to cover more years. Once you use a time window, set it aside. It is no longer available for you to use. I have 15 events, and if you run out of time windows before I run out of events, you win. You'll have 20 seconds after I read an event to place your time window. If you need more time, just pause the video. No one's looking. It's now time to play Disney Decades. Have fun and good luck. Event number 1. Fast Pass is first introduced to guests at Walt Disney World theme parks. What year was Fast Pass first introduced to guests at the Walt Disney World theme parks? Back in this year, they were paper and they were free. What year was it? That was the year 1999. 99. And now, event number 2. Helix, a sci-fi themed rock band created by Disneyland Records, performs at Disneyland's Tomorrowland during the summer as an experiment to try and generate interest in a full album. This is truly crazy. If you saw this band live, oh man, I've seen videos. This is like a mix between Kiss and Star Wars. If you put a band together, it'd be Helix. What year did they perform at Disneyland's Tomorrowland? Well, that was the year 1981. 81, just after Empire Strikes Back came out. They were trying to capitalize on that. Spoiler alert, it never materialized into an album. All right, event number 3. The California Screamin' original recorded safety spiels were updated with the voice of Neil Patrick Harris, replacing the original safety spiels recorded by D. Bradley Baker. What year did Neil Patrick Harris lend his voice to California Screamin' at Disney California Adventure? Did you know that, I had no idea, now it's the Incredicoaster, 7th longest roller coaster in the world, steel roller coaster. I had no idea, it's that long. 2010 is when Neil Patrick Harris voiced that spiel. All right, on to event number 4. Disney legend ex Astencio receives his first screen credit for Toot, Whistle, Plunk, and Boom, which won an Academy Award that same year. All right, ex Astencio, who went on to pen Grim and Ghosts, Yo-Ho, Pirate's Life for Me, but this is his first screen credit for Toot, Whistle, Plunk, and Boom, which won an Academy Award that same year. What year was it? 1953. That was in 1953. On to event number 5. The Morocco Pavilion opens at Epcot. What year did they open the Morocco Pavilion at Epcot? Was it when the park opened? Is this a trick question? I don't know. Maybe it opened after the park opened. Up to you to decide. Which time window are you going to use on this one? Time is up. It is 1984, 2 years after Epcot opened. All right, let's go to event number 6. Mickey Mouse Review closes in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom. to be moved to Tokyo Disneyland? What year did Mickey Mouse Revue close in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom? It was moved to Tokyo Disneyland. And you can still see the Three Caballeros animatronics. The Grand Fiesta Tour today at Epcot. Well, Mickey Mouse Revue closed in the year 1980. 1980. All right, we did 6 events so far, 11 to go. How are those time windows going for you? Did you use the small ones yet? Hopefully you did. Maybe you found one of those questions really easy. Well, we have some more left. Here you go, event number 7. The Fort Wilderness Railroad opens at Walt Disney World Resort. What year did the Fort Wilderness Railroad open? Obviously, if you've been to that resort recently, not there anymore. I'm jealous if you got to ride it. I've been to Fort Wilderness many times as a kid, but never got to ride the railroad. What year did it open? All right, time's up. 1974. 74 is when it opened. Let's move on to event number 8. WED Enterprises is incorporated as a subsidiary of Walt Disney Productions. What year was WED Enterprises incorporated? So before this, WED was actually a privately owned company by Walt Disney. Then became part of the Walt Disney Company. What year did that happen? And time's up. 1965. 65. All right, number 9. Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular is staged for the first time during this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. All right, have you been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? Maybe you've seen this stage show. What year was the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular staged for the very first time? A few seconds left. Time's up. 2015. The year was 2015. All right, let's move on to event number 10. Almost 2/3 of the way through this episode. All right, this is a good one. Harper Goff first meets Walt Disney at the Bassett Loke Limited shop in London, where they were both interested in purchasing the same model train set. Artist Harper Goff had a chance encounter with Walt Disney at this famous London train shop. Both interested in purchasing the same train. Harper Goff ended up with a job and a heck of a career. Spoiler alert, Walt got the train, not Harper. All right, the year was 1951. 51. All right. Hopefully you don't have many time windows left. We did 10 events. You have 7 time windows. Hey, maybe they're all gone by now and you're just playing the rest of the game for fun. Hopefully that's true. Here you go. Number 11. The Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is held for the first time at Epcot. When was the first Epcot International Food and Wine Festival? And how many times have you been? Do you remember what was on the menus back then? Bet you WDWNT has a guide somewhere. All right, time is up. Maybe not. The year was 1995. That predates WDWNT, so we probably weren't reviewing the food at the first festival, but we do every year now. All right, event number 12. The Disney Magic Cruise Ship departs on its inaugural cruise. The Disney Magic Cruise Ship departs on its inaugural cruise. What year did that happen? This was the first Disney Cruise Line ship. Predates the Wonder by 1 year. What year was that first cruise? The year 1998. 98. All right, just 3 events left. 3 left, and that's it for this episode of Disney Decades. So let's go on to event number 13, and hopefully you get this one. The Adventurers Club closes its doors to the public for the final time. Kangaloosh! Were you there? Did you celebrate it? Were you sad? I got to go a couple of times. Great times there. The Adventurers Club closes its doors to the public for the final time. What year did that happen? Of course, the Adventurers Club nightclub at Pleasure Island. It closed in 2008. 2008. All right, number 14. The first Angels Family Fun Day is held at Anaheim Stadium. Guests enjoy a California Angels baseball game during the day and admission to Disneyland in the evening for just $5. Got a few clues in there. What year could this all have been sold for $5 where you get to see a Major League Baseball game in the day and go to Disneyland in the evening? Also, they were called the California Angels, so if you have a little baseball knowledge there, that might help you narrow down the time period. The year was 1966. 66, just a few years after the Angels actually became a Major League Baseball team. All right, number 15. Here we go, the final event. Guests are in for a wild ride as Big Thunder Mountain Railroad opens at Disneyland. What year did Disneyland's version of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad open? All right, testing your Disneyland knowledge here on this last event. All right, and time is up. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad opened at Disneyland in the year 1979. 79. Some of you used your 1 on that and got that exactly right. Hopefully, you did get to use all 7 time windows. If not, well, hopefully you enjoyed playing along. We enjoyed having you here at Disney Decades. We always enjoy having you here on Disney Decades. Of course, if you are enjoying this game, you can subscribe to the Parchive channel, and that will alert you every single time a new episode drops, which we do each and every week right here on this channel. Of course, we also invite you to comment on this video. Let us know how you did. Give us your scores. How many time windows did you use? How quickly did you use them? Did you have any left? What questions did you enjoy? Which ones did you wish weren't in there because you have no idea about Imagineering trivia? Who knows? But let us know in the comments how you did as you play along. That will do it for this edition of Disney Decades. I'm your host, Nick LoCicero, and I will see you next time.